Hi, I'm Dr. Jordan Smith, and I would like to share a few thoughts about my latest book entitled Shattered Chains: When Systems Fail, Students Rise. Now, this book is fiction stitched with truth. It's built from the voices of people who rarely get heard the way they actually speak. I mean, teachers after the last bell when the mask drops, veterans who did what was asked and refused to be lied to about the cost, and students who already have learned more from survival than any textbook ever gave them. So the language inside is raw, the politics are unvarnished, and the emotions are loud on purpose. Because that's how it sounds in real classrooms. Faculty lounges, apartments with the lights off, and kitchens where bills are triaged like wounds. So if it reads like a Netflix docudrama, good, because that was the point. See, reality doesn't talk like a press release. The characters in these pages are composites. The events are rearranged and animized to protect the innocent, and the details are altered to protect privacy. But the pressures are real. Families living with immigration fear, student loan debt that grows even when you pay, and schools asked to fix everything and then punished for trying. Young people deciding whether to fight, flee, or freeze. If pieces of this feel familiar, it's because you know someone living it, or you are. You're here profanity. You're here rage. You're here jokes in the dark rooms, because sometimes laughter is the last working medicine. And none of that is here to shock for sport. It's here because people tasked with impossible jobs eventually speak without a filter, and because kids can smell a lie faster than any adult. So sanitized dialogue would be another kind of dishonesty. And this book refuses that. So what you're holding when you purchase this is a book about hope, stubborn, practical, insurgent hope. Hope that looks like a teacher rewriting a lesson so a kid can see how compound interest actually steals their paycheck. Hope that looks like a veteran telling the truth even when it costs. Hope that looks like students building something together, skills, side incomes, a plan, and refusing to sign chains that they don't have to wear. So a word about the teaching in this story, because it's grounded in three simple commitments. Number one, clarity. Kids deserve to know the goal, the path, and how to track their own progress. When expectations are transparent, students can plan, predict, and judge their learning. That's not a slogan. It's a promise we make with our planning, our language, and our grading. Equity. Every student enters the classroom with expertise, history, and value. And seeing them means designing work that honors who they are and what they already know, and refusing deficit thinking. It means understanding the forces that target Black and brown students in particular, and then building classrooms that don't cooperate with those forces. Thinking. Real learning happens when students do the heavy cognitive lifting: standing, talking, sketching, arguing, revising, not copying answers, not guessing what the teacher wants, thinking together. So in this book, you'll see those commitments show up as an insurgent curriculum. The teachers name it the playbook. Culturally relevant performance tasks that treat math and civics as tools, not trivia. You'll see students map budgets, model interests, and design debt-free paths through college. You'll see them learn to use AI, including chat tools, as a thinking partner to crunch numbers, surface patterns, test assumptions, and translate complicated policies into simple choices. The message isn't let a bot do your thinking. It's learn to ask better questions, verify the answers, and use every lawful tool to get free. Then teach someone else. Then teach someone else. You'll also see the system push back because it always does. That tension is real. Tell the truth and risk your job, or play it safe and lose your soul. I don't pretend there's a single right answer. I do believe there's a right compass. Students' dignity and future come first. Brief content note. The story includes scenes of immigration enforcement, financial stress, and institutional retaliation. So if you need to set the book down, set it down. Come back when you're ready. See, the people living this don't get to opt out, but readers can pace themselves. If you work in schools, I hope this book gives you language for the conversations you're already having and permission to build lessons that actually change the math of your students' lives. If you're a veteran, I hope you recognize the courage it takes to keep serving without a uniform, and to name the mission honestly. If you're a student, I hope you finish these chapters believing two things at once. First, the system is not fair. And two, you are not powerless. One last thing. While this is a story, it points to real practices and resources. In the back, you'll find a brief guide and links, tools you can use tomorrow morning. If something here helps you build your own playbook, if it helps one kid avoid one predatory decision, then the work of these pages is worth it. I'd like to thank you in advance for reading with an open mind and a steady heart. And may this book make you a little more impatient with chains and a lot more skilled at breaking them. Thank you.